Okay, hello and welcome to the Desensitized Podcast. I am your first host, or one of the hosts, Tidal Johnson.
Yep, and my name's Jade, and this will be our first episode of the Desensitized Podcast. This podcast is designed by people who are, desensitized to the subjects within it. If you have very adamant feelings on something, you're probably going to be butthurt in one episode or another. So, just a quick disclaimer.
Sweet. So, we've got a few segments to go through in this. So, enjoy. First, introductions. Why should you watch this, or not watch, listen to this podcast? Why do we deserve to have anything to say? What have we done in the past? What's our experience?
Well, I mean, mine consists of jack shit. I'm just going to say what I feel like saying. Whether you choose to listen or choose to believe me is your own choice. You don't have to be here, but if you are and you hang around this long, well.
Greetings. Alright, so, I'm Tidal. Pretty much, my qualifications on any sort of real issues are relatively void. I do run my own YouTube channel with short films and stop motion, and that's all the stuff I sort of focus on. So visual stuff, cinematography, a little bit of writing, tried to get that better. But yeah, so that's probably a lot of the things I may critique stuff on. But when it comes to personal issues and problems between people and figuring out who did wrong and if you are wrong or not, I'm basically void of any certification, if you will. So,
Well, you see, with my opinions, I'm more like, well, it's an opinion, isn't it? I'm allowed to say what I feel like saying. Freedom of speech. You
yeah,
get
that's
offended
true.
by it. That's not my problem. Welcome to the judgmental channel.
Yeah, we are judgmental, like everyone on the earth. People like to say they don't judge, but they're liars, because it's human nature. All right, so with that out of the way, and considering we don't have any real qualifications to talk on super serious issues and give a very great take on it, but we're going to attempt it nonetheless. So let's start with the Ukrainian war, or the Russia-Ukraine war. So what are your
Well,
thoughts, Jade?
go Russia.
Go Russia. Why is that?
Well, no, to be honest, the whole war thing, it's like, obviously Russia's in the wrong. Everyone can see that Russia's in the wrong, solely because they attacked first without being warranted by any backlash, or nothing started it besides them trying to infiltrate the country.
Yeah. I'm pretty much on the
And even
same
half of
page.
Russia doesn't want to fucking fight. Like, they've got protests and stuff going on inside Russia because Russia doesn't even want to fight.
Yeah, I
So
mean
it's quite a one-sided argument when you come to it.
yeah, that's true. Obviously, Putin's in the wrong. Because, yeah, from all my knowledge, I just know that Putin's, like, romantic about the Ukrainian people and how they're actually a part of Russia. And he has a whole conspiracy that he's made up about how the Ukrainian government are actually neo-Nazis preventing the citizens from being the true Russians that they really are. But it's not. It's just simply not true. And everyone's woken up to it, so feels like
Yeah,
Putin's.
see, no one's dumb enough to fall for that. I don't even
Yeah,
think half the people on the front line of Russia's army are dumb enough to fall for that.
yeah. Well, the morale of the people in the army is actually very low too, apparently. Like, the Russian military is
Well,
all unhappy. Just reminds me of the Vietnam War, sort of, to be honest. You know, all the American soldiers that went to the Vietnam War are all like, why the hell are we here? What are we fighting for? You know?
yeah, no, yeah, makes sense. I was having a look at some of the stuff on this war and what could happen. The only big thing about Russia is their nuclear supply.
Oh, yes, of course. And since they're being like run into the ground with in terms of financials and stuff, they might they might hit the switch or threaten to hit the
Yeah, no,
switch.
like if Putin gets pushed back into a corner, I'm willing to bet he'll hit that button.
Yeah. Because
In which case,
that's
wow,
true.
aren't we fucked?
That is actually a very high concern because then in the event that Putin's back to a corner, which he probably will be, it's not going to matter what the outcome is for Putin himself because he's
Because he's
fucked
dead either
regardless.
way.
But it's up to him
And
to
so,
decide whether or not he wants to put his enemies into the shit, which is a
and like
scary thought.
personally, if I was in Putin's,
Ah, man's left.
is it working now?
Yeah, you're back. Okay.
I am back. I have returned. Right.
All right. If you were in Putin's shoes, that's where you were.
Yeah, no. If I was there, like I went on a whole speech about this too, I'd probably hit that button as well because if I'm going down, half the world is coming with me, and that's just my outlook on it. Like I don't have to care about the rest of the world, and you turned on me, so I'm bringing you down with me.
Even though he sort of, put himself in the corner by making the decision to try and invade Ukraine.
Yeah, but that's the thing. From his point of view, he doesn't see it as he's done wrong.
Yeah, that's true. That's very
So
true.
if I was in a standpoint where I didn't think that I did anything wrong, and I had the whole world turn their back on me, I would sink the world into the ocean.
Yeah, that's true. Although I fear the hope that we do have is that his like higher up commandos and stuff don't agree with him, which is true for anybody who has anything to do with the economy in Russia disagrees with Putin and is trying to argue for him to stop the war. So I'm just hoping that his military commandos and stuff disagree as well and also think about the whole nuclear thing and just take away his ability to use the nukes. Because, I
Yeah,
mean,
no,
if the
there would
actual
be. That's
army,
my best case scenario.
if the actual military takes away his ability to use the nuclear button, what the hell is Putin gonna do? Is he gonna try and run past them when they've got fucking assault rifles? Like, can't do that.
Yep, no, I'm aware.
So, I'm just hoping that's what happens. And the likelihood isn't too
Fire the
low.
missiles. I don't. You don't have that power anymore.
Yeah.
What? Fire the missiles.
No, sir. He runs to go to the button and they just slap it out of his hand. No! Naughty!
Naughty Putin.
Naughty Putin!
Get back in your corner.
Yeah, because I mean, he is essentially, yeah, I don't know. It's just stupid. It just feels like a dumb move on their part. Because I always like understood it as him being annoyed that people who were Russians and who in his mind are real Russians are moving towards like NATO and stuff. But like by invading them, all it's going to do is make them want to join NATO even more.
Yeah.
And join the West because, when you live in Russia, you're under this crazy dude, this regime.
Well, speaking of fucking NATO, I can't wait for NATO to get involved. New Zealand might not be a country that falls under it, but we still fall under the Union Jack, and the United Kingdoms fall under NATO. So the Queen says jump and we get drafted, which should be fucking fun.
Fun.
Oh, I have so much fun out there. Like, yeah, me and the boys have talked about it all the time. It's like, yeah, let's get drafted. We'll make our own platoon.
Yeah, I guess. Also, the thing
Like,
is,
yeah.
there's also the part that, a lot of people don't think about when it comes to war, and that's, your buddies getting exploded in front of you. Didn't even get the chance to fight. They
I
just went
wouldn't
over a
mind
mine.
seeing Mitchell get blown in 1,000 pieces while I'm up on a hill with me and my sniper scope.
That's a bit psychotic, if you will.
It's not psychotic. That would be fun. I'm sure he'd love to go out to a landmine.
Die without even getting into combat.
Yeah,
Just go to
I
a
reckon he'd love
landmine,
that.
die, and then start screaming out to his mother because his guts are hanging out.
Well, you see, Mitchell's not that kind of person. He's more of a, if he's going to scream out to anybody, he'll probably scream out to our old teacher Crofty.
So, that's our basic overview of the war in Ukraine, I guess. Just a bad decision on Putin's part. Like, he really brought it upon himself when everyone turns their back on Russia. What do you think? Man, he be gone again.
I am here again.
Fucking hell, you keep dropping out. Stop doing
Yeah,
that.
well, I don't know
Stop doing
what the
that,
problem is, alright?
asshole. Stop doing that, asshole.
Nah. This is gonna be. I'm gonna do this in every podcast now. I'm gonna drop out.
Just randomly in the middle of the conversation. Nice, mate.
Yo,
Okay, shall we
you're
shall we
very
move to the
tense when
next?
you're talking about this stuff. You know, I was bringing that up before I suddenly got cut off. You're very tense.
What do you
You're
mean
moving like this
tense?
is a very block to block sort of thing.
I
You
guess it
don't
is. It is
flow.
block to block. It's like Lego bricks, block to block.
Yeah, man, that's you. You're so precise. You're like that nerd in primary school who played with the Lego bricks. It's like, no, you can't put the red one there. You're not allowed. The red ones have to go over here. No, that's not the red ones.
No, I needed light red, not
That's the
dark
wrong
red.
green. You're that guy. That's you.
Damn, that's a very nice compliment. Okay,
You're welcome.
all right. Shall we move to the next segment then?
Alright,
Which happens to
what else you
be
got to talk about?
Ben Shapiro. Just randomly, just the whole Ben Shapiro, the whole thing, the whole package together. Nothing in particular, just the
Well, you
whole
see,
package.
when I was doing debating,
Yeah.
we actually used to watch Ben Shapiro, watch him on YouTube, and I've been watching him recently. I think the cunt's fucking funny as fuck.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's definitely entertaining, and the way he speaks is quite hilarious as well.
Outlook on things, like his whole religion doesn't matter. I'm not against religion, but like you can't base law off religion.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
like all of his
Yeah.
stuff is based off logic and statistics, whereas he goes against people who go, "Oh, but God," because that stuff at this point has no solid proof and or effect.
That's true. Yeah, but I feel like some of his takes are somewhat bad. They're like, some of his takes
Well,
are deeply flawed, but the way he debates really well hides it, I guess, when you're in the middle of the debate.
yeah, that would make sense because he is quite good when it comes to debating. So you put up a fact against it, and he's already got something to knock it down.
Yeah.
Knowing that, well, that's an art of debating, is knowing to be able to argue your point, even if you know fully well in your mind that you're wrong.
Oh, so that makes debating sound like a waste of time. If
Well,
people are
when
just
we
getting
did
so good to
debating,
debate things that are wrong, it's like,
when we did debating, it's a skill. When you went into a debate competition, you'd have a moot, which is the statement, and you'd argue one side. Like, let's say the motion was why weed should be legalized,
yeah,
and one side would say it should, and one side would say it shouldn't. You
yeah,
could be on the side that it should when you completely disagree with the motion of weed being legalized, but you've still got to argue the point that it should be and that gives you a sort of insight because you know all the flaws from your side of thinking because you think that it shouldn't be legalized, but you're supposed to argue that it should, so you know what the other team's going to argue.
yeah.
You know where their points are going to come from. You know what their facts are going to be. And so you can spend your time jotting down things that would potentially put them out.
Yeah.
So when you did, it was a skill that you developed was going against the things that you think, being able to debate against something you know isn't true.
Yeah, in the terms of the Ben Shapiro thing, I think some of his things are flawed because he's one of those guys who's completely like that all issues need to be solved through personal responsibility, which I mean, personal responsibility does play a huge part, but he also really simplifies everything, and there's no real nuance in his arguments. It's all very blanket statement. Like, for instance, if his argument against, I guess, the obesity epidemic in the United States is that it's because people are choosing not to live healthy lifestyles, right? And that if everyone chose to
Yeah.
live healthy lifestyles, then that would solve the problem, right? But the thing
Yep,
is that
no, I see where you're coming from.
it's also not realistic to believe that 100% of the population is just going to choose the healthy lifestyle, you know?
Yeah, no, that's
Uh,
like how they're thinking in New Zealand. They're trying to do the whole smoke 3 by 2030 sort of shit. Like,
yeah.
they want all smoking to be gone and nobody will smoke anymore. Like, that's
I gotta
highly
answer the door.
unrealistic. We could do a music break here. Oh, yes, cut to music. I'm well, I've got this one-on-one. I could explain that I am actually a musician. I play the guitar.
Alright, I'm back. Are you still there or
Oh,
did you drop out again?
no, I'm still here. I'd said music break in one part, and then I was just explaining how I am a musician.
Oh, okay. Okay, well that's good. At least I don't have to cut out this part now. Yeah, okay. Well,
Well, no,
keep
because I just got
explaining
to
if
the
you have
part
more to
where,
say.
oh no, well, no, like, you're back now, so,
Oh,
like,
so I'm not allowed to hear. Not allowed to hear it. Oh,
well, no, I was just gonna demonstrate that I play the guitar and, like,
oh yeah. Just do a bit of humble bragging. Just be like, oh, I play the guitar every now and then. No, I'm not that good, but
yeah, no, I'm not that great, but, like,
yeah, like I do it every now and then, you know, but like it's not that
yeah,
serious
like
for me.
I
But then, it's the best song in the world. Oh yeah,
but the greatest song in the world. Oh
oh
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
fuck yeah.
Okay, okay. We're back to topic. Back to topic for Ben Shapiro. What were you saying? I cut you in the middle of your sentence. I was talking about how it's
Oh yeah,
unrealistic.
no, well,
Yeah.
no. Yeah, no, how imagining a smoke-free country in the span of 7 years after most of the population smokes and a lot of the country's money comes with cigarettes, that is a very unrealistic standpoint. Like,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
stopping everyone, like, because I know my father smokes, and I know a lot of people that smoke, and I vape personally, but I used to smoke.
Yeah.
And these people, like, I know for a fact that if they're around in 7 years, they are not going to stop smoking.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I guess in terms of like the fat and obesity thing, like the whole point that is for me against Ben Shapiro is the fact that all of his stuff relies on personal responsibility. So, for instance, when you're fat, right? Ben Shapiro says just go to the gym, do things better, right? And my whole
But that's
argument
a
is
lot
that
harder. That's a lot hard. That's a lot
yeah,
easier said than done. That's a
yeah,
lot
that's
harder than he
true.
says it is.
That's true, but
I
the
should know. I am an overweight individual.
yeah, but that's true. But coming to Europe, I've actually seen there's a better side to things, and that is the systemic solutions to some problems. Obviously, personal responsibility is always important. You know, you still can be a fat ass if there's systemic things to try and guide you to not being a fat ass. You can still be one. But in the United States, where he's from, obviously there's the obesity epidemic, but you've got to look at it more nuanced and you've got to look at it at a wider vision. It's not just because people are choosing to eat at McDonald's, it's also because people aren't exercising as much. And because, like, even at McDonald's, the portions are bigger than they are in Europe, for example. Even when you have the same fucking burger, there's more calories in it even though it almost tastes identical because of their coloring and shit and McDonald's and all that. But the thing that is like a real standout for me is that everyone in the United States, except for people in New York, have to drive a car everywhere they go. Whereas in Europe, people can take obviously the subway and all that, but it's very possible to ride a bicycle to work. or to ride a bicycle to the supermarket, and it makes sense, like financially, because everything's closer together, and it's just built that way. And I guess that's an example
Yeah,
of
instead of
systemic
having this really
solution.
open area where you have to drive. Like if you were to try and walk to work, you'd have to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to start at 8.
Yeah, yeah, for example. And then you have to wait in traffic on the fucking motorway. Versus if
Yeah,
you
like
lived in a settlement in in Europe, you get on the bike, fucking ride for 10 minutes maybe. If you're way further away, maybe you just get on the train and then walk for 10 minutes. And, like, you're walking every day because it makes sense, or you're biking, and it's just better. And guess what? There's a lot less people fat in Europe. Obviously, there still are fat people because people will still sometimes make bad choices. But the majority of people, it's made a lot easier to make those good choices. You know? You know what I mean?
yeah, no, I get that.
Whereas if you want to be healthy in the United States, you have to get in the fucking car, drive for a fucking hour, wait in traffic to get to the fucking gym, then do your workout in the gym, and while you're tired, drive all the way back home. You know? Whereas in Europe, a lot of European settlements, you walk 5 minutes to the gym, walk 5 minutes back, boom, done. You know? Like, yeah. Or you just actually the time that you spend riding your bike to work and stuff actually helps too. So, it's just like, that's the thing. Yeah, I found myself quite agreeing with Ben Shapiro, but once coming to Europe, I've just seen things a whole lot differently and a lot for the better. But yeah, what is your
Nah, you're
standpoint?
right. You don't know. You're right. You have no idea. You don't know.
what
That's
is
my
what is
standpoint.
well, that's your standpoint is that I don't know.
Yeah, that's my whole standpoint. Is you've got no idea.
It's you're wrong, and recent studies have shown that you're wrong, and you'll never be right until you
Look,
repeat every word I say.
I have an article that specifically states that by government officials and scientists that you're wrong and you don't know.
And recent studies.
Ah, yes, and of course, recent and old studies
Yeah, what is
all
your
point
what is
towards
your
the fact that you're wrong.
what is your take then on like the Ben Shapiro general opinions then in terms of like obesity and all that?
That I disagree with him. Like, because he makes it seem like it's a lot easier than it is, and like you said, he puts a lot of his fact onto people's responsibility
Yeah,
and management. Like that's his ideals are unrealistic.
yeah, yeah. For
Like
in
I sort
terms
of
of
get
that.
what he's playing at, like in a perfect world, but we're not in a perfect world.
Yeah, and the way to get to a perfect world is through these systemic changes, I guess, that do need
But
to
who wants a
happen.
perfect world? If the world was perfect, there'd be nothing fun.
Yeah, I guess
Like
it,
you sort of think about it like that. Like if this war wasn't going, people would have nothing to talk about right now. Well, you talk about the poverty rate some more. That's not going to change because people like to go, "Oh, hey, poverty's bad," and that's about as far as it goes.
yeah, they never. Yeah, the thing is that people just hardly ever do shit. That's what I'm. That's
Yep,
what I'm
no, they like to talk
realizing.
about it. I see that with a lot of people on like YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. It's like, this is bad. We need a better world.
They never give a
Hey,
solution.
subscribe to my OnlyFans. Hit the
Yeah,
bell button on my YouTube channel.
yeah, they never give a
Don't they use it
solution.
for fucking clout?
They never you give an actual solution.
Yep,
Like
nah. And then
like
people like who have the power to make that solution, they don't put it into play. They'll use it in like if you're running for president, they'll use it in their campaign, like we'll drop poverty by blah blah blah. And then boom, that homeless guy, yeah, no, he's still homeless.
Yeah, 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 that's true. That's what I see, especially in New Zealand as well, a lot of the time. Although there have been some good movements made by the New Zealand government or the council, I don't know who to credit this to. But in Auckland, in terms of like public transport, they're actually building a subway now, which is a fantastic thing. That's something we desperately
Oh yeah,
need.
they're building that little metro fucking thing.
Yeah. And after that, they're going to build a subway to the airport and then just spread it out as a spiderweb from there. And that's amazing. That's something we need because the Auckland motorway traffic every morning to try and go anywhere is awful. And to have proper,
Believe me,
reliable transport.
I'm aware. I have to travel to the city for work every day.
Yeah, and having proper, reliable transport will, one, free up the roads from a lot of people because now they don't have to take the car, they can take the train and get there just as fast and all that. Two, less idiots have to drive on the road, you know? It makes a lot less idiots be on the road. And then three, it's also better for the environment because, the trains are all run through electricity, and we get our electricity in New Zealand mostly from water and solar panels and all that stuff. Obviously, we burn a bit of coal down in Huntly, but it's
we don't talk about Huntly.
yeah, it's definitely better than burning petrol. And the gas prices saves us all money. So, in terms of that,
the gas prices here have skyrocketed. We're at $3 something now.
Yeah,
and
$3
that's
basically. That's like, I guess, $2 American. I guess. Yeah, $2 American. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's not cool.
Yeah, we've gone up to European gas prices now. Although in Europe,
you don't. Did you see in LA they've gone up to I Am Legend gas prices?
Yeah.
Fucking one of the mobiles in LA has $6. It was like, what the fuck? Because that's what it is in I Am Legend.
$6 American, bro. $6 American. Fucking hell, yeah.
Like,
gas prices are
cool.
insane. But I think we're definitely, at least in New Zealand, or at least in Auckland, we're actually at least moving to a solution nowadays, finally. They spend all their time building fucking motorways instead of building our trainways and stuff, and it sucks. But now they're turning it around because that's something that's a huge benefit in Europe, to be honest. The amount of the trains and shit you can take almost anywhere. I'm not
sure because
it's just.
I think they've given up on that because they've started building another off ramp and stuff on the motorway. Like they closed it down not too long ago.
Oh, yeah.
They're adding on to the motorway. I think they gave up on that metro. Either that or they're slowly building it.
Yeah, I think they're slowly building it. At least it's still a good decision that they're doing it. And they also just accepted another thing for after they build the metro for that line that goes from Riddiman to the airport. So they haven't started building that yet, but the metro is definitely a good idea, in my opinion. What is your opinion? What is your opinion on public transport in general?
I don't use it because I don't like people.
Okay. Well, fair enough. I've never had to talk to people in Europe on public transport, so...
You see, I mainly don't use it. I don't know, I see my car as more convenient, but I've been brought up on cars, so I'm a big cars person.
Yeah, and I guess in a lot of New Zealand, the car is the only convenient option, Yeah,
especially if you're going out into the middle of fucking nowhere, like...
Yeah.
Wahia or some shit.
Yeah. But in Germany, you can go everywhere, or in Europe in general, you can go everywhere with public transport. City to city, in a reasonable amount of time, faster than the cars, because you travel at like 300 k's per hour in the train. And they even go out to all the villages and stuff. And then there's buses that go like all over the place. It's just great. When public transport's done well, it's just great. And having an actual alternative is great.
Sucking fucking Europe's dick on this one.
No, I mean, they're just right. They're just fucking correct in this whole aspect. I don't know.
They're just correct.
They're just fucking correct in this. Where a lot of the world is just wrong.
No. You gotta stop there. You're gonna piss off the Americans.
The Americans suck. So many things suck in the United States.
Take that, America.
The only place
you heard it here first.
The only place that has transport even a little bit right is New York City. And that's because of their subway. But even then, it's not the best.
Yeah, fuck you, Arizona and
Los
LA
Angeles is the worst.
and
Oh my
fucking San
god.
Francisco.
The fucking
Fuck you all.
the fucking everyone complains about traffic in fucking Los Angeles, and I wonder why, because they have no fucking public transport system. Just a bus that comes every fucking 3 hours or something. Like, Jesus Christ, why do you think you have so much fucking pollution? And you have to wait in
Yep,
traffic for
no,
10
that's pretty
hours?
fucking stupid.
Yeah. In such a big city. Oh, it's so retarded. It's honestly retarded how America does a lot of things. It's so retarded. I can't.
Well,
Yeah.
have you seen the way that they vote for the people that run their country?
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. That's
Like,
true.
yeah, no,
Yeah,
there's some stupid people there.
that's another thing. You know, in the United States and in New Zealand, there's two main parties that even have a chance at winning, right?
Yeah,
Guess what? There isn't in Europe. Fucking two main parties. There's always at least three parties to choose from.
whole three.
Yeah, at least three. Like three that are up there.
You're bowling in parties to choose from.
Well, I mean, it's a lot better to have a third party because then the third party has a chance at being centered instead of just being extreme left and extreme right. You know? Then you could have a third party that's sort of in the middle somewhere. You know what I mean?
Things aren't really ever that great. Like third wheels, they suck. Someone who third parties on a conversation, he sucks. Coming third in a race, that sucks.
Yeah.
Third things suck.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the minimum is usually three parties. Sometimes it's four. So I mean, having four parties that all have a good chance of winning, that's just great. You know, I hate the whole it's either hard left or hard right thing. I hate that. You know.
Yeah, well, it hates you too.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. I can
Oh, yeah,
stop.
I'm done talking about this fucking politics shit.
Yeah. You got all heavy in the
Oh,
politics. Yeah.
Yeah, no, like, I'm so sick of this fucking politics shit. I'm not a big politician myself. I'm not one of them big world leaders. My opinion on how I hate the way that Joe Biden looks isn't going to make a difference.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So let's move to our next segment then, shall we?
Oh, please.
Okay. Nikocado Avocado. All right. So now we're talking more about that personal responsibility thing, but only in terms of
what a
Nikocado
fucking
Avocado.
segment to go into, right?
Yeah. What a segue. In terms of personal responsibility, then the epicenter of personal irresponsibility. Nikocado Avocado. So, what do you think of Nikocado Avocado? What's your outtake, I guess?
I guess the way I see him is he does what he does for views. You can see that he doesn't enjoy it. He's doing what he does solely for the fact of it makes him money and it gets him views. People like to see that. So I sort of put half this blame on peer pressure because people weren't really watching his content before. Then he ate some shit and they were like, yeah, you eat that,
true.
you eat that pizza. And
That's
then now
true.
my man is shoving down KFC buckets like they're fucking nothing.
That's true. But
My man drinks bacon grease for lunch.
Yeah, I know. It's just extreme and yeah. And he keeps also talking about my health and stuff, and then he continues what he's doing, and it's like, bro, it's obvious.
That's exactly what the poverty thing was about. Like, oh no, I'm very unhealthy, but I'm going to do nothing to solve it.
Yeah, I know.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, obviously, as I said, there needs to be systemic solutions like making someone walk and stuff. But I did talk about the outliers, even when, you could walk everywhere, it's all available. There are still people who are going to make bad decisions, and Nikocado is one of those people who would make bad decisions regardless,
Yeah, no, he would not make that great of a decision, would he?
No, even if he could ride a bike to work, he wouldn't. He can't even walk around the supermarket. He has to use one of those fucking
ride
things.
A bike,
yeah.
Like, my man can barely ride himself out of bed in the morning. Like, I'm big, yeah. I'm not the smallest person in the world,
Yeah.
but I'm not that fucking big.
Yeah. And I'm thinking, like, if it made sense for you to, I guess, like I said, ride a bike or something to work every day, you probably would, because it would be cheap, right? It's a lot cheaper.
Oh yeah, then I don't have to spend $100 a week on fucking gas.
Yeah, exactly. And then in turn, because you've been riding your bike, you're gonna end up being a little bit healthier. Because you're one of the people who's, like an average person, who's not the person who's just really fucking badly, irresponsible. You know what
Yeah,
I
but I
mean?
just like I have a picky palate, and I like the taste of good food.
Or, I mean, yeah, good food, like good tasting food, I'm guessing you're going for, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I'm not gonna scoff my face with it, and I'm definitely not gonna video myself fucking sitting there munching.
Yeah. Yeah, that's strange. It's a complete 180 from Nikocado as well, because he actually used to be like a vegan and live
Hence
in
the
like a third world
avocado part in
country.
his name.
Yeah. But now he only eats spicy noodles with fried chicken and cheese.
Or 5 New York style pizzas
And then a chicken burger, then 6 chicken burgers on the side.
and 3 large cokes.
Yeah, every
Like,
time, and it's
not
like every
cool, my
day
guy.
too.
Yeah, no, and I don't get the demographic that watches that sort of shit either. I can't stand listening to other people eat.
Yeah, yeah. I can sort of understand it because a lot of people probably watch it who feel bad about their own bodies,
Who are
and then when they
starving to
see
death.
him,
Oh,
no, I mean people who feel bad about their own bodies and think they're fat, they'll watch Nikocado and be like, at least I'm not him,
ah,
and get
yes, I'm just
satisfaction
sort
from
of
that.
desensitized to that sort of shit. Like, I don't care that I got a bit of a gut.
Yeah,
Who
that's
gives a
true.
fuck?
But a lot of
I
people
really
do.
couldn't care about other people's opinion on me, or else I wouldn't be doing this podcast.
Yeah.
Because I'm
Yeah.
going to give my outlook the way I see it. And if I gave a fuck what you think, or if you don't think the way I think, like, that's cool. You can have your own opinion. I wouldn't mind throwing some thoughts back and forth. But if you're going to come at me, I really couldn't give a fuck. Oh, nice, Mr. Internet Warrior.
Keyboard warrior, keyboard rifleman.
The keyboard rifleman.
He's just like he's
Out
got
here
it
trying to
shouldered
snipe
up. He's
down
got
my
his fucking
opinions.
keyboard shouldered up on his fucking shoulder.
Literally, he fucking sits there and makes gun sounds when he fucking fires a comment too.
He's just like when he's typing, he's just like. And then he presses enter, and he's like.
Like, fucking go home.
Fucking lame ass, no
Fucking
life looking ass.
oh, big nose Squidward looking ass.
Squidward. Yeah, fucking hell. All right. Do you have anything more to add about Nikocado Avocado?
Not really. His whole thing is like, I see why he does the things he does, but on the other hand, his health is his responsibility, and if he's going to complain about it, he's going to have to fix it himself. No one else can fix him for him.
Yeah.
He's got to get over the whole internet views his life sort of thing.
Yeah, and systemic
Like,
changes
we're
won't
just
change it
starting
as
out,
well.
and I really couldn't give a fuck if people watch this or not.
Yeah. And systemic changes
Like,
won't change him either. You know? They're not going to make him healthier. Even if there's even if he can walk everywhere that he needs to go to without getting in the car, he's not walking where he could walk, like in the supermarket. So it's not going to help him. So this is personal responsibility at this point. Okay. All right. Do you have anything more to add, or should we move on to Am I the Asshole?
I'd like to get into this next segment because I feel like being judgmental.
Okay. You want to get into Am I the Asshole?
Yep. Let's
All
go.
right. Awesome. Okay. All right. Here's one. Am I the asshole for getting...
Wait, no, wait. This is a little Reddit page where the guy explains the situation and then you judge whether he's the asshole in the situation or not.
Yeah, it's not always a guy, though.
Because I sure as fuck didn't know.
It's not a. It's not a. It's
Yeah.
not always a guy though. Sometimes it has to do with like marriage problems and all that. But yeah.
Yeah,
So
well, I say guy and dude for everybody, so guy means everybody. You're all dudes to me. Take that, feminism.
you're all dudes to me. You
Yeah,
imagine
that's right. Yeah, that's right. I fuck dudes.
yeah, if your future wife was listening to this, would that make you gay?
Yeah, yeah, fuck me a dude. That's right.
Okay, ready? You ready for the
You're
first
damn
one?
right. Yeah, bring it on.
Okay, it's a decently long story. Fucking hell, it is a long story, and it comes from a female. All right. Am I the asshole for getting mad and yelling at my husband for saying my boobs are hanging low and don't look normal? All right. Okay. Let's have a look at the deeper story. Me, 26 female. My husband, who's 31 and a male, thinks I'm overreacting, but I'm not sure. I have body confidence issues and have been working on it and trying to work on getting in shape. My husband and I are very jokey, and I've made a hard boundary of joking about each other's bodies since we can both be self conscious and have body image issues. 2 days ago, we were on the couch and my husband commented about how my ankles look really small, like they are just small bumps, and started laughing. I asked if he meant he thinks I have cankles or something. He said maybe and kept laughing. Then I got upset. I've been trying to work out and I really want to have nice legs. I explained again I don't like joking about each other's bodies and didn't want to be stressed about my ankles. He understood and apologized. Well, today started that unpleasant time of the month for me, and I felt shit all day. I'm talking no bra, baggy grey t-shirt and leggings, and hair in a bun on the couch. My husband's had some stomach issues, not too serious. Yep, like these people just can't get to the point. Oh well, I'm going to continue reading anyways. Mind you, I have a pretty naturally large chest that I'm insecure about. Okay. When we first started dating, my husband had made some comments about doing chest workouts because they would become saggy to prevent them from becoming saggy, and that stressed me out. He felt bad, tells her to free the nip, leave without a bra, blah blah blah. Tonight he asked me to go to the store with him to get some medicine. He then says I might want to put on a bra before I go though. I asked why and he says because your boobs are hanging low, and I got really annoyed. I know in this t-shirt it really accentuates when I don't have a bra, but I was going to change anyways before going to the store because I never go braless in public. I told him I don't think any woman wants to hear that their chest is hanging low. He then said maybe it's just this shirt. I don't know they're hanging low. It doesn't look normal. I got pissed and said that I grew this damn chest myself, so it was 100% normal and my boobs aren't hanging low. He said I was overreacting and he said that he did nothing wrong. He thought I should post here to get an unbiased opinion. Okay, is she the
I
asshole?
think you're both fucking soft. Like, no, he said your tits were hanging low. Oh. Like, I get the whole self-body conscious thing, but, like, I guess I'm a bad person for this, because I'm real desensitized and I don't really care about things like that. So it's like, to me, that sounds not weak, but stupid. It seems like a very mundane, stupid argument.
Yeah, it is a very mundane, stupid argument. I think they probably she has other issues. Or maybe
Yeah,
they don't have
saying,
any
like,
issues. Maybe this like couple has no issues, so she's just trying to find something to have an issue with.
Well, I don't know. I sort of agree with her on the fact that she did tell him
That she had
that she
issues.
doesn't like these sort. Yeah, she doesn't like
Yeah,
those
that's
sorts of
true.
jokes.
She did
So
definitely
he
make the
should have
boundary.
respected that from that boundary. Yeah, like if I'm taking it from what you've just read. Yeah, no, I think he's being a bit of an asshole because he knows not to be like that. He has been
Yeah.
told multiple times. sort of thing.
Yeah,
And I
that's true.
understand it's a joke, and the dude's like, it wasn't really a big deal, but
But
she told him that it was. To
yeah,
her, it is.
if she hadn't told him about her issue, then he wouldn't be the asshole. But since she did, then he is the asshole, right? So
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
verdict here.
So, like, if she didn't say anything and then just blew up out of nowhere about it, then I think she was an asshole. But because she's told him more than once, he's the asshole because he's the one who didn't honor that boundary.
Okay. Yeah, all right.
So that motherfucker is an asshole.
That guy's the asshole. But do
You
you think he's a
fucking
big
asshole.
asshole? Do you think he's a huge asshole or just a little bit of an asshole?
Man's got the asshole of a guy who's been piped on by many other guys. My man's rocking an ass pocket.
So he's
Big asshole, this guy. This lad is a big asshole.
Okay. All right. All right. So let's continue to another one. Okay. This is another one from a wife. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's give it a listen.
Am I the asshole for confronting my husband about his unhealthy choices? I, 28 female, and my husband, 30-year-old male, K, okay, his name's K, have been married for 2 years and were together for 5. I was made very clear at the beginning of our relationship that I care a lot about fitness. We've always been very fit people who regularly go to the gym and eat well. 5 months ago, my husband decided to go off of his anxiety meds. I know people typically gain weight while on certain medications, but he thankfully never has had that problem. However, I've noticed he's been going to the gym less and has been eating junk food. Because of this, he's gained a significant amount of weight. I tried to urge him to go to the gym more and cut out the junk food, but he didn't take it well and would just go silent. Recently, one of my BILs, 33 meters D, no idea. Someone came over and realized he had a lot of weight. A couple of nights ago, after dinner, K was getting an unhealthy snack after dinner. D noticed K eating a lot of snacks and told him he needs to chill and cut down on the carbs. My husband got offended and said it was it's his brother. None of his brother's business what he ate and that gaining 10 to 15 pounds isn't a big deal. I tried to stay out of it, but then he asked why I wasn't defending him. I finally broke. I gently said that I honestly agreed with his brother and that my husband weight gain was a problem. Gaining 10 pounds in 5 months was pretty extreme, and if I had known this would happen, I would have never encouraged him to go off of his meds. He got really upset, went off to our room, and ended up staying there the rest of the night, which I felt was dramatic, but anyways. Later, when I went to bed, Kay asked why I said all those rude things. I didn't think I was rude, so I got kind of offended, to be honest, that he was suddenly accusing me. I ended up losing my cool and saying I couldn't believe he didn't see the problem. His weight gain was causing me stress and making me not attracted to him anymore. He used to look amazing, but now I can't see his abs, which I know isn't a big deal to some people, but to me it is. Kay started crying and told me to get out, and I ended up sleeping in the guest room. He still won't talk to me. Am I the asshole for finally telling my husband the truth about his health? Okay, what do you think?
Oh, more body conscious shit. Well, see, what I got from that was okay, it's not a bad thing to want your partner to be healthy.
Yeah.
It is when you start losing feelings because
You can't see his
they're
abs.
not the way that they use. Yeah, that's a bit fucked up.
No, and it's not even that she can't see his abs, it's that she can barely see his abs. So there's still a bit, you can still see a bit, which definitely means he's still healthy, Like, if you could see a bit of abs, it means you're definitely not fat,
But it's also his fucking choice. If he wants to eat, like, even if it was a female, if she wanted to eat, like, I've had partners who've wanted me to eat better, and I understand that. I didn't follow through on it, but I understood it.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's not bad to want your partner to eat healthy, but it's not your business either. Like, I understand you're going to spend the rest of your life with this person, but if you're thinking about breaking because he's unfit or because he got a bit of a stomach going, that's probably a big red flag, and I don't agree with that.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm somewhere near you. Honestly, like if I was with someone and then they all of a sudden just got like really fat after I was married, obviously I'd be pretty unhappy. Like, but if it's just like you're gaining a bit, and it's gone from being absolutely shredded to not being able to see your abs as much, I think that's a bit extreme, in my opinion.
Yeah, if your
I think
whole
that's
point
very
of the
extreme.
argument is that
You can't see his
is
abs
the
anymore.
body look, yeah, if the whole point is the body look and you're not telling him to eat healthier so he doesn't die, then you're just saying it because you want to see toned muscle.
Yeah.
That's where I
Like
draw the
as
line.
long
That's
as
pretty
as
fucked
long
up.
as
I think she's a fucking asshole.
Yeah, I think she's an asshole too. As long as like the partner can still do all like the activities that you like to do together. Like I mean, if he's not as shredded as he was before, that's fine. Cuz it's not even like an actually like a proper real reasonable place to be is to be shredded.
Yeah,
Like a reasonable place to be is to be where she says he is, like where you can like only just see his abs a little bit. That's probably like the peak of reasonably being healthy, I reckon. When you're shredded, you have to be completely on a very, very, very strict diet the whole time. But whereas where he is now, you know, like, it doesn't even say that he started eating junk food every day either. It just says that he's just started to eat it every now and then, which is
yeah,
like
no,
fine. If he started doing a
yeah.
fucking
So man
supersize me,
had him a bit of a picky munch.
yeah, like if
Had
he
him
if
a
he's
cheeky pizza.
if he started like doing a supersize me, eating McDonald's for every meal every day, I could understand, then she wouldn't be the asshole. But because he's like gone from having an extreme diet to being on a regular, you know, eating pattern
Yeah,
that's even still kind of healthy because he still goes to the gym. He just doesn't go to the gym as often.
yeah.
But if
No,
like,
man's still doing better than half the fucking population.
yeah, she's very extreme. That's what I'm thinking. I think that she's not a good person to be with as well because like obviously everyone or a lot of people, majority of people want their person to look good to them, right? Obviously, and be healthy. But she's in that extreme like bodybuilding competition sort of circle. It's not just like healthy
Yeah,
healthy lifestyle, it's more like extreme, pushing it to the limits, it seems like.
and like you could even if you take it from a different standpoint, like if you take this as put it against the basis of a healthy relationship, that's very unhealthy behavior.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some edits here as well. Talking like I'm guessing people have told her stuff and then she's like put it edits. Do you want to listen to them and see what
Sure,
happens?
let's hear what everyone
Okay.
had to say.
Okay. Edit 1, this is what her responses to what people have said. So I don't know what people have said, but then I'd have to dig through the comments. But you will probably get the idea from her responses. So, edit 1. I went to work and now suddenly this thing has blown up. To everyone DMing me saying I should get a divorce, you don't know my relation. Okay, what do you think? That they should get a divorce? That's what a lot of people have been saying. What do you think of that?
That they should get a divorce? No.
No? I
I
think
think
obviously try and
well,
work
it all
through it.
depends. Like, yeah, no, it would depend.
Yeah, okay. Well, she has more to say about this. Says, to everyone saying that she should get a divorce, you don't know my relationship with my husband and clearly you do not understand it. I love my husband. I love him a lot. I do not want to divorce him. Are people not allowed to be attracted to specific things? Okay.
Well, no, yeah, she makes a good argument, but it was more the fact that she stated she was becoming unattracted to him.
Yeah, and saying that, and the reason being that she can barely see his abs.
That seemed to really hit you, that part.
Yeah, it's extreme. It just shows me where it's more extreme, you know? The whole barely see his abs thing. What the fuck? Like, why do you need to point that out? The fact that she points that out makes it feel like she's extreme on this, you know?
Yeah.
She's like on the extreme. If she just said he's gaining a lot of weight and it's like it's obviously not nice for me because I don't want to be with someone who's got a giant fucking gut when I got together with someone who didn't, right? Because if this person has a giant gut, we can't go on our hiking trips and all that, right? Then it would make
Yeah,
sense.
no, that's fair enough. Okay, I understand that one.
But if you go, oh, he had shredded fucking 8-pack and now he's got a 6-pack because he's got gained a bit of fat. That's super extreme. You know, that's fucked. That's like, come on, you know?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
edit
no, I
2.
get that.
Edit 2. My husband talked to his psychiatrist before going off the meds. He ended up kind of going cold turkey with it, but not exactly. He weaned himself off over a week, okay? That's not very important. Edit 3. No, I don't have an eating disorder. Okay, edit.
Nice.
That's very helping her case. Edit 4. I have asked my husband what's wrong and he says nothing. How am I supposed to help him if he doesn't communicate? I assume he talks to his therapist slash psychiatrist about this stuff, and I don't want to cause more problems. Okay, yeah, after hearing the edits, does it change your opinion on whether or not she's an asshole? Or the asshole in this situation?
Well, no, I still think that she's the asshole in the situation, but she makes some fair points in her edits sort of make it seem like she's not just in it for his body sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like, she does care for him. But I still think she's the asshole in the situation. He could communicate better, but that is a lot harder to do.
Yeah, and
It's easier said than done.
And it just feels like it's an unreasonable change to get super worried about. He's still going to the gym, just not as often. And the guy's how old? The guy's 30 as well, you know? So, like, once people get older, their metabolism slows down, anyways. You know?
Yeah.
So, they would naturally, obviously, older people can't stay just super shredded without being on, like, an extreme diet, you know?
Yeah, no, I still think that she's the asshole in this situation.
Yeah.
Less of an asshole after the edits, but still an asshole nonetheless.
Yeah. Alright, I agree. I just put yes, the asshole in the comments. Because that's what you're supposed to do.
No. What you should do is take this podcast and put it in all of the Reddit things that we read.
Yeah. That would be great. This is one where someone hasn't said they haven't done the act yet, but they're asking would they be the asshole in this situation. So it's still yes or no.
Would they be the asshole?
Yeah. Okay, this is okay. Would I be the asshole if I took my mum's inheritance money for myself? Okay, we gotta read the actual story. Okay, me, 50-year-old female, and my younger sister, also like in the 50s. So she didn't say like 50, but younger 50s-year-old female. His mum passed away recently. My mum was getting old and sick, and so my sister decided she would move in with her to help care for her in her last year of life. My mum had a lot of money in the stock market, over $1 million. My sister knew about this, as did I. My mum wanted the stocks to go to us when she died. Well, my mum died not long ago, and I met with the attorney slash executor of her will. My mum had $6,000 left overall. Not just $6,000 to me, but $6,000 in total, including stocks. I was confused. My mum had a lot of money last time I checked, and so I decided to investigate, as there was no possible way that my mum could have spent over $1 million in a year. While looking into things with the attorney, I found out that my sister had been cashing out the stocks and then writing the money to herself in checks made. She had stolen $1.3 million from my mum. My mum had been asking me for months to see her bank statements, and when I brought it up to my sister, she said that she showed my mum the documents and she was well aware of what happened. Now on to where I may be the asshole. My mum told me, and not my sister, that she had a safe deposit box with more stocks in it. I didn't know why she didn't tell my sister at the time, but maybe she thought something was up. Anyway, I went to the safety deposit box and there was another $750,000 in stocks. I told my sister about it, but I think I want to keep it all for myself, as my sister already stole $1.3 million from my mom. My problem isn't with money. I mean, having part of the $1.3 million would make life easier, but what I actually care about is that my sister stole from my mom. I talked to my attorney and said I could take it to court. It would cost $70K, and it is a he said, she said. So Reddit, am I the asshole for wanting to keep the $750,000 for myself? My sister hasn't asked for it
Oh,
yet,
fuck no.
but my husband and my friends say I am no better than her if I don't share the money. What do you think?
Fuck it, eye for an eye, you fucking bitch.
And she has less money too. Like
Yeah,
750 versus 1.3 mil. You know?
yeah, no, I reckon that she wouldn't be an asshole if she fucking took their cash.
Neither. Like, the title
Right.
does it no fucking justice, though. It says, would I be the asshole if I took my mum's inheritance money for myself? You know, if you
Yeah,
just hear
no.
that, you'll be
See,
like, yes.
I thought there was going to be a story on, like, but I was the only one in the will, and my siblings weren't in it, so I took all the money. Am I wrong, sort of shit?
Or it would have been like her talking about stealing the fucking millions of dollars. Saying, oh, would I be wrong because I really need this money to start out my fucking startup business? Or some shit, you know?
And who the fuck is she surrounding herself with? Like,
That's her
who's saying,
sister.
nah, that makes you no better? Like, it's
Yeah,
like,
her
well,
husband. Her husband and her friends say that it makes her no better if she doesn't share the money with her sister.
why are you trying to be better?
Yeah, I
This isn't a
know.
situation where you should try to be better. What, you're going to split the money with someone who already stole $1 million?
From your
They got more
dying
than you.
mother.
Yeah, plus, if she wanted her to have it, then she would have told her about the fucking safe with the stocks in it.
Yeah, that's true. So,
Like,
not
this
the
is some
asshole.
fucking bullshit right here. Yeah, no, straight up. That's such an easy answer. Not the fucking asshole.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be fucking nuanced or something, and then there was going to be like, oh, but this and this and this. But no, it was just a straight up, like, easy answer,
Yeah.
wasn't
It's like,
it?
no.
No, easy.
Like, you're not a fucking asshole. You take that money and you look after your
Yeah,
family.
yeah.
Oh, 50-year-old lady.
Fucking. In fact, you'd be the asshole if you did share it.
Yeah, like, what the fuck? You're sharing money with the person who stole from your mother. You're sharing your mother's money with the person who stole her money. That seems like a dick move to me.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god. So very easy.
Yeah, very easy. Fucking, you in the wrong, lady. You wrong.
Oh, the sister wrong.
Yeah, that sister, she wrong. You
She
thief.
wrong. She
You
in
a
the
thief.
wrong. Thief. Dirty thief.
You fuck. You dirty fucking thief.
Dirty, scheming fucking thief.
You fucking scab. You're like the people I went to school with. Oh, you got $1, bro? Oh, is that a sauce? Can I have a bite, bro? Nah, get fucked, nigga. I don't even know you that. I
Bro,
don't know you like that.
bro, do you have $1 for a cookie time or you buy it for me? I'll be your best friend, eh?
I don't need friends. Nigga, get fucked.
I don't need friends,
Why
I
would I
need
buy you
fucking
a
cookie
cookie time?
time.
Why would I buy you a cookie time when I could buy me 2 cookie times? Oh, muck ass fucking.
Dickhead, I haven't seen you in my life. I haven't
Like, oh
seen you.
no, we were friends back in primary. Nigga, I was high school.
Yeah, I was homeschooled.
So unless you my dad,
Fucking hell.
disclaimer, I was not homeschooled. I went to...
Hey, don't tell us where we sort of live. Around about.
You're not even in the country.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be back in the country at some point.
Oh, some point, you reckon?
Yeah, some point. I'm not disclosing it to the public. Yeah.
He's coming back next month.
Hey, don't say that. Okay. Yeah. All
Lives
right.
in Huntley.
In Huntley, yeah. That's why I knew about the coal burning in Huntley.
Yeah.
No one else knows about it.
No one
knows about it.
Yeah,
except
people
for
who don't live
in
there
Huntley.
don't know about it.
Yeah.
Because that's all they have to look forward to is the things that go on in Huntley. Because Huntley is so trash.
Yeah, you just get to go and look over the little lake at the factory. That's the highlight of being in Huntley. So we've gone through all of our segments. That was the podcast.
Stop being so formal. We're done here. That's over.
Podcast is
We're
over.
done the segment.
That was the first episode. Woohoo! All right.
Yay! Stay tuned for episode 2 in the next 5 years.
Yeah, within the next 5 years. Or maybe not within the next 5 years. You'll just have to find out.
Yeah, just like hit that notification bell on the channel and
click
hit the subscribe button
and smash that notification bell and smash that like button. All right, yeah. Okay,
and
that's the end.
If you comment in the description, you go into the draw to win my free gift card giveaway.
All right, that's the end. I'm your host, Tidal. Goodbye. And I don't know if Jade wants to say goodbye. He might just want to say fuck you. Okay, yeah, that was the first episode.
That is the end of the first episode of the Desensitized Podcast. Stay tuned for the next episode that should come out within the next 5 years. Hopefully.
Or maybe not.
Who knows? It might come out tomorrow. You'll never know.
Unless
you hit that bell button and you smash that subscribe.
And join the gift card giveaway. And look at the graph.
Yes.
Most of the people who watch the videos aren't subscribed. Okay, so yeah, that was the first episode of the Desensitized Podcast. I hope you enjoyed, and goodbye.
We've been your hosts, and keep tuned for the next episode. Goodbye.
Adios.
Adios.